Hey cuties, I'm Amelia and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is General Hospital. Today, July the 26th, 2022. Sorry about that. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it an 8.5. It was really good to me. It showed a lot of characters. Now, listen, they were moving around a lot today on this soap. So if I missed anyone, please forgive me. I'm actually recording this very late at night. Because for some reason it didn't record on my it didn't record with my DVR today. I don't know what's going on, but I hope but tomorrow I'll just double check to make sure it is recording. All right, let's go right into it. We see um Joss and Carly. So she tells Carly, asks Joss about the whole thing with Sonny, and Jocelyn is very angry with Sonny. She says he destroyed our family. He's been able to get away. I'm not gonna hold you long on this, y'all. He's been able to get away with all this criminal activity for years because y'all let him get away for it. She said, "You're an idiot. Jason's an idiot. We're all idiots." Because he does these things and we just cover up for him and let him do it. And Carly says, "Listen, that is Donna and Avery's father, and I am going to coexist with him. Don't make this hard for me. Don't go after Sonny like that." She said, "But this really isn't about Sonny." Because Jocelyn tells her about Trina's trial. She said, "That's what this is really about." And Jocelyn does let Carly know that she talked to the guy, his new muscle, and she doesn't want him to get into trouble or whatever. So it is what it is when it comes to Sonny and all that. She deleted the video. But then we see that I'm not gonna speak more on that because honestly, that storyline didn't make sense. Then we see them talk about Trina, and when Carly says, "You're really upset because of Trina. You feel like you let your friend down." And Jocelyn said, "The DA just twisted my words," and Carly was like, "Well, that's what the DA is supposed to do." Like, I mean, Jocelyn, if Jocelyn could have just, she said, "Maybe I shouldn't have answered the question." Carly was like, "You would have been held in contempt of court." I said, like, the same, everyone answered the questions the way they were supposed to. Just answer the questions. Like Rory, Jordan, they all didn't want to say what it was, but they answered the questions. And then Diane was able to fix it. So all Jocelyn had to do was answer the questions and let Diane fix it. But from what everybody's saying, Trina's trial did not go well at all. See, I thought it went a little better than what everyone else is feeling, because I think Diane did a great job. Who knows, child? So then I'm gonna knock out Nina and Sonny. Aaron does not want to listen to Nina. Aaron is the guy who does the tables and everything. I mean, he does the drinks and stuff. They're short staffed at the Metro Court, so Nina asked him could he pitch in, and he pretty much told Nina, "I know who you are and what you do, and I'm not gonna listen to you as a boss. I'm gonna listen to Olivia because I miss Mr. Corinthos. You took her man, now you gonna take her a club." And I said, "Oh, fire him, Nina. Like, get rid of him. He's out of here." And all of y'all in the comments talking about, "Yes, I love Aaron." Knowing you wouldn't talk to your boss like that because you know you would get fired. Like, stop it. Y'all so childish. Anyways, so Sonny come through because he hears all this going on. And he tells Aaron, like, you can't talk to your boss like that. But he said, "I feel like there's something else going on." And he does admit that he has something going on with his parents and or whatever. But that don't have anything to do. Like, I would used to tell people all the time when I was the supervisor, "I don't care about your personal problems. Keep them at home. Like, that has nothing to do. Your personal problems has nothing to do when you come through the doors." But anyways, he just tells him, you can't talk to her like that. And Aaron does apologize to Nina, and she says, "No, I'm not gonna fire you, sir. I just told you she was short staffed, so she wasn't gonna fire you." She said she was short staffed. So Nina says, "I'm not gonna fire you," and he says, "Thanks, boss." And I said, "Look, sometimes that's all it takes. Like, honestly, sometimes you do have to get into it with somebody and let them know what it is, and that's all it takes. And you have the best person, you have the best working relationship with them." or whatever. So then Sonny and Nina keep on talking, and he tells her, "See, this is about the why I told you to get rid of the club because people gonna look at it like this." And she was like, "Sonny, I don't want to talk about this no more. Like this is my business." And honestly, it is. Like Sonny, you need to mind your business. And to be quite honest with y'all, I know I've been saying I like Nina and Sonny together, but honestly, Sonny be working my nerves. I don't want it with Nina. She deserves better. She deserves better. Because Nina's not used to these, like, she's not used to a toxic relationship like this. And so she is like, I don't know, Sonny. And he's like, me and Carly have said, because she like, I'm sick of you telling me what to do or whatever. He said, me and Carly have talked to each other worse. And she said, that's verbally, I'm not wanting to be in a verbally abusive relationship. And so he tells her, we support each other. You know, Carly's going to be in this relationship just because of how it all started and everything. But it's just them, and she needs to decide how she feels about them. About him, I said, let him go, Nina. Shoot, I'm tired of him. He just, girl, Carly's gonna always be in that relationship, and they gonna end up cheating on you with Carly anyways, because they gonna get back together at the end of the day. I don't care what none of y'all say. Carly and Sonny are gonna get back together. So Nina, don't waste your time. Keep your hotel and move on about your business. Really, I like Nina with Valentine, but let's move on. So then we see Portia and Curtis talking, and she was like, "Oh, baby, I missed you last night. You didn't come home." And he was like, everything going on with Oz and no changes with Oz. And then Jordan comes up and she said, "Tells Curtis, I feel like you like I want." I came to speak to y'all because I know y'all have to be angry at me about my testimony. And she says, Curtis, I feel like you're holding back. And he tells her, thank you. And honestly, I was like, Jordan, you did a great job on your testimony, girl, because you told the DA, Trina was very willing to help. She wanted to come out and say, like Curtis said, told Jordan, you were careful with your words when you spoke to the DA. And then when you spoke to Diane, you made sure to let them know how willing Trina was, how helpful she wanted to be, and all of that. Like she didn't act like a guilty person. And so then she says, well, what's going on, Curtis? So he tells her, if I tell you this, you can't tell the DA. She said, my work is done with the DA. Unless I find some kind of evidence or something, there's nothing else I have to do with the DA, with that case for the DA. And so he tells her about Oz and Esme and everything. And she said, that is a coincidence. So she said, well, because I'm not officially on it, we're not officially on it anymore, I can investigate this um privately or whatever. I mean, still investigated with the police, but she doesn't have to let it be known that she's doing it or whatever. And so Curtis was like, great. And so, yeah, that was it with them. They just tell Portia and Curtis just tell Jordan, thank you. So then Esme calling the hospital, still pretending to be Oz's daughter, trying to figure out if he gonna live or not because she don't want to be in trouble. So then Spencer is in, so Spencer comes in and he says, clock is ticking, Esme. What you want to do? Want to be ballers. Anyways, he said, what you want to do, Esme? And she said, I can't make a decision overnight. And he said, well, you got to today. The trial starts back. And he already know Trina case trial didn't go well yesterday. He like, you got to make a decision. You got to say something. And if you want your mama, know who your mama is, you better say something. So then Nicholas and Ava talk or whatever, and she's telling him, I'm gonna go see about Trina at this trial. And then they get an envelope, and it is their divorce papers, and they decide they don't want to get divorced. Nicholas Shaw hurry up and said that because he know if you get a divorce, you might not get her back. Because Esme is loose lips sink ships. And so he is like, we're not getting a divorce. And Ava was like, yes, I agree. We shouldn't get no divorce. Why tell Faith? She said, let me go on over here to this trial and I'm going to be back. And he said, okay, call me if you need anything or. So then we see that shoot. I missed a side, guys. Sorry about that. So then we see that Esme, Nicholas, and Spencer are talking. And he tells Esme, hey, I got your internship back. And she's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. So she runs, hugs him, and then she's out the door because she got to speak to Ryan. And so then Spencer's like, why you keep helping Esme? He tells Nicholas that he said that's your girlfriend, so I want to support her any way I can. He said, I didn't ask you to do that. And he said, well, I mean, I love you, son, and I just want to support you. And I want you to know I'll do anything to, I'm not the perfect father. I'm not the best man, but I love you. And from this point forward, or whatever, you made sure to say that. I don't want, I don't want to hurt you. And Nicholas like, okay, cool. I mean, Spencer is just like, okay, I understand, Father. I'm not perfect either, but I'm trying to, to do better or whatever. And he about to go to the courthouse, and so then we see Esme. She's trying to get in there with Ryan. She's like, I know I'm not on the schedule, but I need to speak to Ryan Chamberlain as soon as possible because she needs advice. Word on these Port Charles streets are that Esme gonna have to skip town because I don't think Ryan gonna have the advice that she wants. So then we go to Nicholas and Esme. And so he comes out, she comes back in the room and she was like, thank you so much. And Spencer says, Esme, we got to go to this trial. She says, I'll do it later. I'm going to be there. I'm going to meet you there. And he was like, I'll wait. And she said, no, I'm going to be there on time. And so Spencer goes ahead and leaves. And that leaves Esme and Nicholas together. And he said, Esme, I don't really, because Nick know, he said, I don't really like the way you came at me about this internship. And she was like, I'm sorry, I was just so stressed out. He was like, because you was acting like you was really wanting to tell or whatever. And she was like, but it's everything's fine now, I was just so stressed out about that, but I don't want to tell. I would never do that. I'm sorry for putting you through that or whatever. And he said, because it sounded like you was ready to just tell everything, give up the ghost and everything. And she said, well, it's a good thing I didn't have to. I said, oh, and Nicholas knew. Hey, the look on Nicholas' face, yes, the girl is, you made a mistake, sir. She played you. She played you. Because truth be told, I didn't really think Esme liked Spencer like that. But the more she talks and tells him about him betraying her and all that, and I remember she was crying to Ryan about it. I'm like, did you really like Spencer? I guess she did. So Taggart and Trina are talking, right, because they're at her trial and they're in the courtroom, and she just tells him she's nervous and everything. He tells her, "Baby, calm down. You got support." And Rory said, "Yeah, you got me out here to support you, girl." And so she was like, "Okay, okay, Rory." So Rory was just like, "I'm here to support you. Whatever you need, I'm gonna be in your corner." And she said, You're not supposed to be here." And he was like, "I don't care about that." He was like, "I am a civilian. I'm in my suit." I said, "Look at Rory in the suit. I'm in my suit and everything. Like, I'm not on duty doing anything wrong. So it is what it is." And here go Arden, Officer Cabrera. I need to speak to you. I said, here we go. So then she trying to tell him, why are you so close to Trina and all this, yada, yada, yada. And Rory said, I'm not doing anything wrong. Like, my personal time, I can do whatever I want to with it. And she said, well, we gonna see about that. I don't really remember everything she said because I don't like her, so I blacked out. So then we go back to Taggart and Trina, and she's like, "Do you think he's getting in trouble?" And he said, "Well, y'all both know the consequences of this relationship when you started this relationship, Trina. Yes, that man is probably getting reprimanded, but you already knew that." And she was like, "Well, that ain't what she wanted to hear, Taggart." So then Rory comes in, and Rory tells her, "Don't even worry about that. I'm gonna be right here in this corner supporting you." And she was like, "Okay." I like me some Rory and Trina. It's so cute. So Rory he really does go back into the back corner and he's sitting down and Taggart comes and he sits down beside him. He said, thank you for supporting my daughter, but we still not for being friends with my daughter, but we still not friends because Taggart had just told Trina, I'm your friend or whatever, and she was like, thank you, and he was like, but I'm not, but we're not friends, and Rory just smiled or whatever because he went and Taggart over. So then we see Ava comes in and speaks to her daughter because that's what Ava looks at Trina like. So she come in and speak to her adoptive daughter or bonus daughter, and she talked about wait a minute, Office comparison. She said, "Yeah, Rory." She's like, "Okay, okay, so he's here to support you," and she just tells her, you know, that she's there to support her and everything is gonna be fine. Don't worry. And then I don't know what this scene was about, but Ava gonna go outside and she gonna tell Carly, she heard about the Metro Court and everything, and she's had so many losses and everything. I said, Ava, are you trying to be petty? And then Carly said, well, you've been through some things too. She said, you got a stepson that hates you. and a woman that you can't stand living in your house all because your husband won't man up and kick him out. I said, now see, Ava, if you gonna read, you gotta have some comeback to the comebacks. But anyways, Carly gotta leave because Avery Donna hurt herself or whatever, so Carly gotta leave because she wanna go check on her. So Joss is there to support Trina, and she tells her, they all just tell her, I'm sorry about my testimony, because Rory had told her that too, and she said it's not y'all fault. The DA twisting up y'all words or whatever, but Diane helped, and it just helps me to know y'all supporting me. So then Jordan, Portia calls Taggart, and she says, listen, I have an issue because I have a patient in critical condition, but I need to be at Trina's trial. And he said, baby, he didn't say baby. He said, listen, Portia, they'll understand. Trina will understand what's going on. I said, you ain't have nobody else that could take over your position, but okay. So then we see Trina and Rory go up and talk, and she was like, listen, I know that you got in trouble with ADA Arden, so I want you to leave. And he said, he was like, is me being here gonna help you support in you? She was like, yeah, I love your support, but I want you to leave. And he said, no, you need my support or whatever, so I'm gonna sit right here in this corner. Because Rory like, I don't care about that, I'm supporting you, girl. And then here comes Spencer walking in, and everybody turn around and look like, what? And so then y'all, we see Jordan has went to Windermere, and she tells Nicholas, I need to speak to you about your guests that you had on the island. I said, Nicholas, he finna find out how crazy Esme is. And then Esme is on her way to see Ryan Chamberlain, and it's going down this week. I can't wait to see what go, and that's General Hospital, y'all. I can't wait to see what all goes on with it. Whoop, baby, it's gonna go down with Ava. That's why I said, Ava, you can't be over here in Carly's face. You finna get your face cracked and hurt and everything by the end of this week. But that was General Hospital, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow for a new episode. Bye.